I'm Simon Shave, co-owner of 50% of CK9 Studios, based out of Nelson. Yeah, we've been in business probably 7 years, coming on almost 8 years now, which from a business perspective, I think is through the gauntlet. My business partner, Clay, is unfortunately not here for this interview because he had an accident in the spring while filming. We do a lot of action sport work, especially winter action sport stuff. It's a niche that's allowed us to stay close to our families in Nelson, and we love it. You know, it's kind of been the origin story of CK9. Clay and I were both skiers through and through and friends, making videos in high school together, and went our separate ways. Always joked about getting the old team back together and you know, living the dream. And at some point, through various different careers and schooling, we both ended up in a point where we were ready to make it happen. And despite our wife's hesitance, we dove in together and started the company with the ski video, and that was successful, and it was a springboard for us to be where we are today. As we do out in the backcountry, most winters he was out on a shoot for North Face, just north of Nelson and Caslow, and got in an avalanche, a super serious avalanche with 3 fatalities, and he managed to survive by some incredible luck. And so he's out and in rehab probably for the better part of the next year. We chat daily, and he still has the vision of coming back, and is my right-hand man and consultant in all of our business stuff moving forward. But yeah, that's why he's not here today. By far, CK9's biggest undertaking was our 5-part Wildfire series for Knowledge Network. The concept was born at the same time as CK9. I feel like you're always going to be able to do your best storytelling when you know the content intimately. And Clay and I fought through our 20s for the BC government. Still one of the best jobs I've ever had. And we took the connections and our intimate knowledge of Wildfire and started knocking on the door. And Wildfire also is trending to be worse and worse and more in the public eye. So it was an opportunity for BC Wildfire to share their story and kind of peel back the curtain of what happens on the front lines. Their main issue with letting anyone come on and tell that story was safety and liability. So Clay and I checked those boxes. We teamed up with an experienced executive producer who'd done a number of series for Knowledge Network in the past, named Kevin Eastwood out of Vancouver. With his experience with Knowledge Network and our experience with BC Wildfire, it was kind of the perfect union to unlock the door to be able to do this show. In 2022, we had the opportunity to film a pilot. From that, we came to the conclusion that we would only hire people with wildfire experience, as opposed to hiring the best filmers we know and our usual subcontractors. Anything on the fire line, we had a baseline firefighting experience level. We hosted a boot camp in spring of 2023 with 4 teams of 3 that all had a main filmer firefighter as the team lead, which was myself, Clay, and only 2 others in the province that had both firefighting and film experience, Levi Froese and Jamie Tanner. And the 4 of us would take 2 others, and 2023 was, by some stroke of luck for us, less so for the people involved in the fires, was the biggest wildfire season in BC history. We were there on the front lines, jumping around this crazy giant province. I think we put over 60,000 kilometers on our work truck and captured over 150 terabytes of footage that we took a year to edit into 5 50-minute episodes. If you go to knowledge.ca and type in Wildfire in their search, it'll come up. You have access to all 5 episodes. They're all out now. They aired this spring. Knowledge often acquires their shows. They might acquire them from anywhere around the world, and they have a select amount that are Knowledge originals, where they take the content from inception all the way through, and this was one of those. And so in that way, I think we're they're a real champion of their Knowledge Originals, and they helped us promote it and push it super well. An awesome organized launch, and talking with them since, and them showing us some of the charts afterwards of new Knowledge members that came right after the launch, as well as the amount of online viewings which they've been trying to build up. They've been some of the best they've ever had. So yeah, they're super excited, and a season 2 is certainly not off the table and something that we're interested in pursuing. What I like about film here in the Kootenays or anywhere, is that you are often just doing a service-based job, and this can be, for us, it's a lot of smaller jobs or more local things where someone needs some video work, and we provide that, just like an electrician doing a house. But film also has this allure of kind of this unlimited potential. If you're a dreamer, and sometimes you can see your dreams being realized, for us being the Wildfire show, that's really what is the hook for me to continue on in this career, and that's why I love film so much.